It's such a hard thing to say because I was so devoted to ballet when I was trying to be a ballerina, and kind of just knowing myself and how I commit to things, there's a very high chance I probably still would have been doing it now, because I wouldn't have gone searching for something else. That's how much I loved it. So it was really, really tough to give it up. It was sort of like heartbreak. It was like sort of my first heartbreak in a way, and then I sort of found sailing after, but it wasn't like something I had chosen to do. It was just I needed something else to be passionate about. So I put my heart into sailing after that, and the sailing was, I ended up loving it as a hobby, but I eventually didn't see myself being on a boat forever. And then I picked up guitar playing on the tall ships I used to play. I used to sail, wrote my first song, and it was kind of like the same way I connected to dance. It was like creative, but there was even more, because when I started writing songs, I was able to connect with people in a way that I hadn't been able to connect with dance. Like, people were hearing my lyrics, and it was almost like I was speaking for them, and they said, like, I felt that way before, and I almost felt this sense of like purpose and duty. Like, I need to bring more music to people so that I can connect with them. And that's the first time or the second time I really just found this intense focus, and I haven't changed my mind since. So there's a high chance that had I not had to give up ballet, I still would have been doing it. New York, London, and Calgary, they're all so different. Calgary is my home, so whenever I go back, I mean, that's where I was born and raised. So there's just something about Calgary that when I go back, I'm like, wow, this is my home. But there's something about New York as well that it's like my home too, in a sense that I didn't really fit into Calgary. I was always exploring new music, trying to find other things, and I knew that I had to sort of break out of it and just sort of explore different cultures, different places, and just to find myself as a musician. I grew up, it was a very country-heavy sort of radio or just culture, and I love country music, but I mean, it wasn't like me. I grew up listening, my mom playing 90s house music and diva singers and Michael Jackson, and we were very much that type of a household. So it's funny that I ended up kind of back where I started, but it took me so long to get there, because when I started writing music, it was folk. Not by choice, just because I picked up a guitar, I didn't know how to play it, it was really slow, and I started with these really soft melodies. And then eventually I went to Boston, and first thing I wanted to do when I got to Boston was check out New York. So I got on a bus and I skipped class, took buses to New York almost every weekend. And New York sort of became this place where I believed I would find myself, and there's just so much going on, so much happening. Being on the subway every day, I just see all these weird people not really caring about what other people thought and just being themselves. And I've just thought that this is a place where I can just sort of express myself and be exactly who I want to be and make mistakes and try new things. So New York came this place for me to just sort of make mistakes, find out what worked for me. And I ended up getting into the songwriting community there, and I realized I have a strength for writing in different genres, so maybe songwriting is a good career for me. So I really devoted my heart to that suddenly, and always had a side project. Because of my dance history, I always wanted to sort of be performing, but it was more organic. It was just more something I just wanted to do just for the love of it. So I had my songwriting career and my side projects, and they went through jazz, folk, death metal, pop. Like, it was crazy how much I changed. Then suddenly, one day I wrote Hideaway with my producer Rami Samir Fooni, and there was something about that song that connected with me in a way that I had never connected with a song before, and I was just like, okay, I need to do this. Like, I feel like this is who I want to be as an artist. I feel like my voice fits perfectly on this song. I had a vision of where I could take the project, the whole album. So I just sort of like took a chance on myself. I had no social media, no platforms, nothing, and I just moved to London because I felt like it was zeitgeist there. It was a little bit maybe too underground for the US at that time because the sound was very much EDM. So I just was like, okay, I'm gonna try this in a new city. So I moved to London, and London is really special to me because it's the first place that actually accepted me as an artist and supported me. Like, that just blew up literally almost overnight. Like, Annie Mac is a radio DJ over there, and she heard my song, and with no record of any success, just said, I love this, I want to play it. And it just started going viral on SoundCloud that week, and then I put out the video, and the video just exploded. So London was like the first place that I found success as an artist. So New York was the place where I hustled and struggled, and then Calgary is the place where I was born, and like, so it's my home. So they're all very special in their own ways, but it was really special coming back to the United States. Oh, LA too was where I moved to LA very temporarily to be a songwriter, and they're just after Hideaway, so even they all have these little special meanings to me. But yeah, when I came back to the US and had people coming to my shows, all of a sudden my shows started selling out here. It was so emotional for me because of all that work that I had put into it. To come back to a place where you struggled and have people supporting you, it's just the most amazing feeling ever. I actually, like, at the end of my first show, I almost choked on my words because it just hit me like, wow, this is where I almost gave up. That song I wrote before Hideaway was out. I was into that sort of deep house sound, and I met up with Gorgon City, who produced it, and wrote the song, and it was like, it was in my world of music, but didn't quite fit on the album, like sonically speaking, so it wasn't quite right for me. And I just, for some reason, I heard somebody else singing it, and they brought up that Jennifer Hudson was interested in the song, and I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. But then she sang it, and then I got her version back, and she just like blew it away. She took it to this whole new place, and I connected with it even more after that. Like, it was like meant for her. So I'm really excited. I love when other people sing my songs because writing is just a passion of mine. So it's such an honor when another artist chooses to sing a song that I wrote. I have this thing when I write music, and it took me a while to get to this point where I don't write music for an artist specifically. I just focus on the song, and I don't think about anything else. I just let myself be inspired, and I write the song the best way that I feel the song should be, and then I let the song find the artist. Because I feel like if I can just write from a genuine place all the time, I feel like a lot of people, we all experience very similar emotions, and we go through similar things, even though we're all so unique. And I feel like a song, if I just come from a genuine place and just write the song the best I can write it, it's gonna find somebody that also connects with that feeling. And yeah, so unless I'm in the room with an artist, I don't write directly for anyone. I just write the best I can. Well, the best lesson there's so many lessons that I've learned, but it's just well, you have to work really hard. You have to love what you're doing. Like, the moment that it becomes work, or the moment that you don't enjoy yourself anymore, no one's gonna connect with you. So always just really strive to trust in yourself and trust your instincts, and be really genuine with people, and be good to everyone around you, because so quickly you get almost isolated in this world of your touring and everything. And as everything is growing around you, your team is expanding rapidly, but you don't always get to see the people that are working for you at the radios, at the label, everywhere. There's so many people, but every single one of those people are just as important, just as much a piece of the puzzle. And for me, I've learned that, like, everybody is equal in this game, and you have to remember that. And it's so much bigger than just me. It's like a whole group and team effort that makes this music possible. So yeah, just really respecting the people around me and being grateful for them, and just, I don't know, just making an effort to let the people around me know that I appreciate what they do. I think that's the most important thing I've learned. I'm Kiesza, and now you know.
Timberland, best then, better now. Get yourself a pair at Robert Wayne Footwear.